Saturday. And I want to talk about the upcoming crash. Like, I literally have on my I Buy Houses shirt. I'm out here. I was working. I'm at one of our new construction properties. And warning, the real estate, the housing market crash is coming. It's starting. I want to talk to you guys about what to do specifically, and let's really get into it. So I'm working. You guys know that I am in real estate. I'm here, got the van, looking at one of our properties that I'm help brokering. Okay, so talking about like new construction and like what are the opportunities in this market. So this is a really big house. You guys can see that here, that we are help brokering. Okay, so honestly, when you have like $1 million, $2 million, $3 million houses, just to kind of show you the neighborhood that we're in, like they're still building here. And like these are like mansions. These are all houses that are millions of dollars. And so usually with like high-end real estate, which is actually one of the markets that's not going to be affected as much by what's going to be going on in the market, but I want to talk to you guys about that. But usually with big houses like this, you know, like these really big houses, $1 million, $3 million, brokers will work together to sell them. Like 2 and 3 brokers will work to sell them. So this is one that we're working to get sold before it's even finished, because that's the opportunity, honestly, with a lot of real estate. But let me really tell you guys what's going on. So obviously in the market right now, we have where layoffs are starting to go on the rise. We're starting to see more job losses. So we're starting to see some of these signs of a recession, okay? And one of the things that we know happens in a recession is GDP goes down, okay? So there's a decline in GDP, gross domestic product, for 2 straight consecutive quarters, okay? So 6 months. And it's always marked by like job losses, unemployment starts to rise, mortgage rates kind of start to go up, or actually they can come down, but it really depends on the tightening of credit. Like banks kind of stop lending. They make their rules more strict. They have to kind of close down, and so companies can't borrow money to expand and hire employees and just things like that. And so like just again showing you guys the neighborhood, like the size of these houses, like how big they are. So long story short, we're starting to see that. So let me tell you some of the things that we're starting to see in the market right now. Okay, today is Saturday, April 29th. Okay, yeah, the 29th. All right, so next Saturday, actually, I should remember this. I actually have the Grow Your Wealth event. Go to growyourwealthevent.com. Those 4 words. Get tickets. It's almost sold out. We actually made a bit more space so that I could teach people in person for 3 days. Tickets are super cheap, and you get all of my books, okay? So back to this. So right now, the opportunity, we're starting to see that housing inventory is starting to go down because people are holding on to these low interest rates, okay? So right now, like 80% of all of the mortgages that are out there, 80% of them, okay, are under 4% interest rate, okay? So that means people have 3% interest rates and all of these things. And then an even higher percentage is less than 6%, and then like 80% is less than 4%. So it's like crazy low how much most people's mortgages currently are. So the opportunity is like lots and building and new construction, because people are not selling their properties. They're holding on to those mortgages because of those low interest rates. So if you're looking to buy a home and you want to say, I buy houses, I'm getting into real estate, I want real estate, I want to be wealthy. Obviously, real estate is the #1 way to wealth. You know that. I know that. More than 89% of all millionaires were created through real estate. So, but that means all different types of real estate. That's lots, that's new construction, that's mobile homes, that's commercial real estate, like office buildings or hotels. Like there's so many things, apartment buildings, there's so many things in real estate. Even selling a business is considered real estate, okay? Just so you know that. But so when we're talking about like single family homes, that inventory is starting to shrink, go down, because people are holding on to the mortgages that they have because their interest rates are so low. And then when you go to get a new mortgage, at one point they were over 7%. Right now, I just looked at the study, the average interest rate right now is 6.3. But here's the thing, they do a survey, a mortgage banker survey, and people have said that the most that they will pay for their mortgage, 80-90%, said that they don't want an interest rate over 5.5%. So think about that. If people are not selling their homes because they won't go less than 5.5%, and I'm telling you the average rate right now that you can get with great credit conventional is 6.3, which is good because it's actually come down from 7.125 a month ago, which was really crazy. And mortgage applications went all the way down. So now we have a situation where it's not a lot of inventory of like people that live in a home, they have this home, they want to sell it. Obviously, that's not. It's mostly what? New construction. Okay, new construction and lots, building a home, because you still can build and then sell that. So there's not enough inventory for all of the housing that needs to be. So that's an opportunity to make money. Like if you can buy lots, if you can do new construction, that's kind of the opportunity that exists right now. I'm going to tell you a few other things. And like I said, I'm going to be teaching on this next week, and we opened up a few spots. Go to growyourwealthevent.com. Those 4 words, get your tickets, get books. Like this is the last one I'm going to be able to do. Like I said, we're building a lot of stuff, got a lot of things going on. And we have this situation where I'm teaching. I need y'all to come because I'm not doing this again in June. It's May 5th through May 7th. It's 3 days, May 5th, May 6th, May 7th. Get your tickets, seriously. Like I want to see you in person. I want to teach you. I want to give y'all these shirts and teach y'all how to do this and how you can make money in any economy, okay? Any economy, especially when I teach you about business credit and how you can get loans, lines of credit, credit cards, all of this to grow your business or to even build. And again, you don't have to build a house this big, okay? You do not have to build a house this big. This is like a major big old mansion, you know what I'm saying, that 2 brokers are selling, but you can build some townhouses, you can do mobile homes, whatever it is that you want to do. I drive around in this van. Y'all know I'm not in the Lamborghini today. It's in Orlando, okay? Here in Orlando. All right, in Kissimmee, because again, you don't have to live in Florida to invest in Florida, and what I teach you, you can take to other states. However, right now, let me give you some more stats on what's going on in the current economy. California and Texas are seeing the biggest declines in real estate prices. Like they had got way too high, obviously, California and Texas. We know that the prices increased, like they were increasing so much. So right now, California and Texas are seeing the biggest, especially like Austin, Texas. They're seeing a really big decline. I think it's almost like 11.3% decline in home prices. So you can live in California and have properties in Florida. Just for example, when I lived in Texas, I had properties in Texas and I had properties in Florida. So you can invest out of state too. So that's just another option. I'm not saying you have to do that, but saying that's a great option, okay? Because you want to build and get real estate in high demand areas, right here where there's more demand, more people buying than there is real estate. And right now in Orlando near Disney World and all that, I know all that stuff that's going on with the governor. Do not worry about that. That is foolishness, political satire. They're just trying to get votes. Disney World gets more than 60 million visitors a year. That's just Disney World. I'm not talking about, you have Universal Studios, you have SeaWorld. So that's one of the reasons why I like real estate in like this 10-mile radius, okay? There's so much still room to be built, okay? And so much more opportunity, okay, to make a lot of money in the Florida real estate market, even some markets in Texas and California and North Carolina. Like I really could just keep going. But more than anything, the biggest opportunity right now is the new construction stuff. Okay, it's going to be new construction, lots, building lands, property management. Those are my friends. They do property management, and that's another thing. You don't have to do. I do property management, but there's so much great property management around this area that you do not have to live. And most of the owners, investors, do not live in the state. It's just an asset for you. It's bringing in cash flow every single month. And around this area, we actually do guaranteed payments. So if you buy a house that's $400,000, for example, which is the average price of the homes right now, $400,000, we guarantee 10%, which is $40,000 a year. Plus, obviously, it's going up in value. You sell those properties off, you end up with millions. You do this just a couple of times over, you can really go from zero to millionaire in just a few months, okay? Or in a couple of years, depending on how long you keep your properties. And again, you can be a passive investor. You don't have to always be the one property managing your own properties. Of course, you don't have to be the builder of them. You don't have to be, you get what I'm saying? You don't have to do the construction. I'm not doing anything construction. I'm just helping this property get sold, helping it market it, et cetera, et cetera. But more than anything, let me get inside the van. It's actually really hot here in Florida. That's why I want y'all to come here next week, May 5th, May 6th, May 7th. growyourwealthevent.com, because it's beautiful weather here. I can literally go and take you. We take you on a bus. We show you the properties. Go and get your tickets, okay? We're almost sold out, but we actually made a few more spots for people because a few people got bumped. And like I said, there's a lot of opportunities where I'm going to show you how you can build these houses without any of your own money or any of your own credit, okay? That's another thing. You don't have to have great credit, have millions of dollars to build a home. Real estate creates millionaires, not the other way around. Okay, so let me get in this van for a second, okay? Y'all see this van is a mess. This is a Dodge Caravan. This is not, okay, Lamborghini or nothing like that. When I'm working, I'm working. I have the I Buy Houses shirt on. I tell my students, we give these out to the students and let you know how many deals this brings you. Just advertising and marketing what you do. Okay, let me turn this down for a second so you can hear. But there's so many different opportunities. I want to sit here for a second and tell you guys because I'm seeing a lot of deals. Okay, obviously I'm a, multi-millionaire, entrepreneur, real estate entrepreneur, author, mentor, speaker, have very wealthy friends, very high worth friends, high worth clients, actors, celebrities, and I'm not saying like LeBron James, but really a lot of high value people, okay? A lot of high worth. And even like athletes, actors, celebrities, what I'm starting to see now is they're really taking their money and investing in real estate. So it's a big opportunity for people to get started because those people are out making movies. So they don't have time to go find real estate deals. And that's how you, the little guy with a job, can end up making $50,000, $60,000 a year on a side hustle, just finding real estate, okay? Finding people that are behind on their mortgage payments or in bankruptcy or going through a divorce, ways that we get properties at really, really great prices. Basically, yes, okay? And so let me tell you about some of the deals that we're seeing, okay? And this is I usually don't share this type of stuff, but like I get these type of deals where people will send me and say, hey, invest in my deal. And so this one here, and again, I signed an NDA, so I can't give y'all the address or anything like that, but they will send you like this long, big thing, okay? And inside of it, okay, if somebody really has a true real estate development deal for you, this is what it looks like, okay? So let me just kind of show you, like, it's these two big things, okay? They put the project on it. They give you like a prospectus. They give you all of how much money you could make, how many investors are going to be in it. Like, this is a true big time investment, if you get what I'm saying. Like, this was, okay, this development here was a multi-use development where they're building, I know when I say mixed use, that means commercial and residential. So that means there's going to be some commercial space where they're going to rent out, do some storage units, do some retail stores, where people can rent out. They can do hair salons, tax services, like whatever commercial they want to do. And then there's going to be residential. So there'll be some townhouses and there were some apartment buildings. So it's a multi-million-dollar project in North Carolina. Okay, I won't tell you exactly the place because, again, I signed an NDA, which is a non-disclosure agreement, where I can't just like give away all their information. But the long story short is I actually passed on this one. Okay, so I want to be really, really clear with you guys that every single deal that someone brings you, you're not going to be able to do. When you are a real estate entrepreneur, when you really know what you're doing, you have to do what you do. So you find a thing that you focus on. You know what I mean? So if you do mobile homes and you love mobile home parks, that's your specialty. That's what you focus on. When someone starts bringing you a mansion, like a $10,000, a 10,000 square foot home, and you do mobile homes, you're not going to be interested unless you're to the point where you've really mastered that and you have extra cash flow, because you kind of just want to stay in your niche. How I got to multi-millionaire is I really just focused on single family homes, okay? And I know there are the Grant Cardones and these other people that say it's only apartment buildings. And yes, multi-units are good, don't get me wrong, but that is not the only thing to do. Like, some of the stuff is over exaggerated because yes, apartment buildings can be very risky too. But that person is selling you an apartment building. So that's the difference. You gotta kind of listen to the person and if they're selling you something. So if this person is selling you investing in apartment buildings and they say apartment buildings are the only thing that makes money, we should kind of be leery of that, because all real estate can make you money. And the bigger the project, usually the bigger the risk, but usually the bigger the return. Okay, so let's just talk about smaller returns. So I stayed in the single family residence and I've been in this space for 15, 18 years. Okay, I do multifamily, but still multifamily residential. Okay, and again, that was after many, many years. And I still do a lot of single family homes, but I will just buy like 4 or 5 townhomes, for example, in one block, or I will buy 5 houses in one same neighborhood or whatever, and then stay in that neighborhood for 2 years and then sell them all off. So that's kind of my strategy, and that's what I was taught by my coaches, okay? And it works for me. And it took me from my parents' basement, broke, bankrupt, bad credit, no money, just like the worst situation ever, to a multi-millionaire in less than 10 years and a millionaire in less than like 7. And I really could have done it faster with all of what I know with business credit now, okay? And so that's one of the things that I want to encourage you and breathe life into you. You can take yourself from nothing to something. And I mean, wealth-wise, really quickly if you focus on something. And so long story short, let me get back to this project that I said I'm telling you about. This did not fit what I was doing. You get what I'm saying? So this was a great project, don't get me wrong, but also let me tell you some of the things that I'm gonna just be honest with. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. Real estate investing is all about the numbers. I know I'm showing you pretty properties and showing you lots, but it's about the numbers. Like, do these numbers work? And so in this one here, when I really looked at the numbers, it's funny. Let me be honest. 5 years ago, if somebody would have sent me all of this and said invest, oh my gosh, with this big prospectus and all of these big pages and all of the pictures of the project and where this is going to be and renderings, and we're going to get a tenant that does this and all these numbers, you know, I would have went with it. I would have totally went with it and just wrote a check for $250,000 or whatever they were asking for, because I was like, wow, look at this presentation. But Noelle is 42 now, and I've been investing for over 10 years on my own. And this doesn't fit what I'm doing, and these numbers just aren't that great for me. So it's a $250,000 investment is what's required. It was 2 years is the investment period. So that means that's the holding period. You don't touch your money. You're not getting your money back. You're going to give $250,000 because they need to build on the project, and they don't need you as an investor asking for your money back as they're trying to build the project. Okay, I understand that. But then they're going to hold the money for 2 years. I have a 2.5% ownership in the project. And my first distribution with a preferred return of 10% was $127,000. Now, okay, well, if I'm going to give you $250,000 and you're saying in writing, and we're building a whole project, okay, why am I only getting back $27,000 2 years later? And again, that's a $250,000 investment to get back $127,679 in 2 years. That's 51% return on investment, kind of. But then at the same time, not really. If I just took $250,000, for example, and built a house, think about this, and just built a single family home. And again, I could take $250,000 cash. And again, it could be a line of credit from your business credit. It could be loans from your business credit. I could talk about that in a second. I could take $250,000 and easily make $1 million. Easily. With one single family home. One 10,000 square foot home. And it would take probably about 1.5 years. Because remember, let me go back out here so y'all can see it. A house this size is going to take time to build. Okay, so let me be honest. This house is kind of big. Okay, so to build like an 8-bedroom house, that's going to take you 9 to 12 months, even in Florida when the weather is nice. If you live in a state where there's snow or a lot of rain, you can expect that the building time is going to be a little bit longer. But let's just go here in Florida, like the houses that we invest in, the houses that we build. Either we get smaller single family homes that we can put on Airbnb, or we would build them, put them on Airbnb, get them cash flowing, and then sell them after we show that they're profitable. That's one of the ways that I make a ton of money off a single family home. Okay, once you can show that the property is profitable or making money, you actually make the property worth even more. Okay, so that's another way that you can force the appreciation. Okay, so real estate already goes up in value over time. That's appreciation, you know that. But you also can do things to make it worth even more, like furnishing this whole place, decorating it, really going and customizing it, upgrading the lights and stuff like that, and then putting it on all of the sites and making money with it and showing someone that you can make money with it and then selling it. Okay, so just go with this house, for example. This is I want to say it's going to be listed for $3.8 million. Okay, 8-bedroom, 8-bath. This is a golf community, etc., etc. And again, this house is going to be, I want to say it was like 6,800 square feet. So it's a big house. Don't get me wrong. It's going to cost about $650 to build it and sell for $3 million. Do the math to that. Okay, so you take a $250,000 investment, and in less than 2 years, you could turn that to $2 million. Okay, so I don't want to hear what people have to say about only apartment buildings. That's just not true. Okay, I have the ultimate respect for Grant Cardone, Dave Ramsey, you know, all of the people that, Robert Kiyosaki, the guy that wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad, I've met him. He's a smart person, and he says the same thing that I'm saying about single family residences, keeping them 2 to 5 years. You can have a whole portfolio, and you put some commercial real estate in there. You'll buy some stocks and some bonds and things like that. But at the same time, this is an easy way for a very regular person to go from poor to rich. Okay. And then when you sell off the property, you could easily get more properties. Easily. And the whole tax code is designed for real estate investors. Okay. You can write off the expenses. All of that is tax deductible. Obviously, the mortgage interest rate is tax deductible. Like real estate, seriously. And then there's ways when you sell it and you make all of that money, how we put them in 10, exchanges and things like that, and then get more rental properties. And so that you only have to pay taxes on a smaller portion or whatever portion you decide to just keep. So say you get $1 million from selling a house. You could take 750,000 of it and reinvest and get, 3 more properties. Remember I said, if you take one of these and you put $250,000, and I'm using a big number here, just a big number, because usually you can do this with $400,000 houses or $300,000 houses. I've taken $150,000 condos and doubled my money in a year. Seriously. Okay, so that's the power of real estate. And what I always want to remind everyone, it is 89% of all millionaires were created through wealth. Through real estate. Okay, so this is how you grow your wealth. And that's why I'm saying go to growyourwealthevent.com. Those 4 words, growyourwealthevent.com. I'm giving away all the books. This is the last time. Okay, I'm not selling a course. This is actually an event. And like I said, I'm moving on to bigger platforms. So I want more people to get successful in real estate so I can bring them on my show and platforms and show the world that this is real. You really can invest in real estate and you can keep your job. You don't have to spend a ton of money. You can build business credit so you're not risking your own credit. Like there are so many things that we are missing, that people are missing out. Not much, because like I said, athletes, and I'm not even talking, like I said, I'm not talking about LeBron James. Obviously, LeBron James can buy lots of real estate. But I'm just saying people, NFL players that used to be dumb and blow through their money, those dudes are getting contracts right from the draft and reaching out and like, what if, can I get 10 properties? What if I just got an $8 million deal? What if I just take 1 million and I get 10 properties? Think about that. And so they're doing that. These guys are getting so much smarter. Like I have so many NFL players that it's so funny. People say they're dumb. They are not dumb. The new class of athlete is getting so much smarter and they are buying real estate. Okay. Soccer players already were around here going crazy because, soccer actually pays a lot of money, and even minor league baseball players. I have a few of those. Like they make a lot of money and they are being smarter and buying real estate and businesses with their money. So I'm encouraging you as a regular person to do the same thing. You can do the exact same thing. And there was, for years, we complained, okay? Some of us, and I see some of y'all in the airport, we'll meet each other, and I'm just here live. Like I said, I'm waiting on somebody to get here so we can go over what's going on in this house. But let me be real with you. I love y'all so much. And I used to be broke and poor. And now I have real estate and deals. And it's not because I went to school. It was someone was like, you could get a property and then you could get like 3 or 4 more. And me just opening up my mind to that. And taking a little bit of a risk to say, okay, I can try this. Because look how many years that people of color, that women, that if you weren't a rich white land owning person, you couldn't even buy real estate. Now they have programs just for us. Okay, they have programs for minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, veteran-owned businesses. They have grants that you do not have to repay. I'm not even just talking about just loans, but you have to have a business. And it's so easy to create a business. You can actually create a business in a day or two and get all of these things and really change your whole dynamic. But you can't be afraid or so skeptical that everybody's trying to scam you. Yes, there are people that are unscrupulous and trying to scam you, but at the same time, you can learn. You have to be able to learn and say, okay, I'm going to listen. I'm going to have an open mind. And if it makes sense to you, does it make sense to you that someone owns all this real estate? Of course. Of course. Look at this. Look at these houses. Think about that for a second. Someone owns all of these houses. Somebody owns that house. Okay. How did they get it? How did they get it? Okay. guess what? In many cases, it'll be like 4 people own that house. Like I have a friend, he's in Utah, and they have like houses like this. And if you come to the Grow Your Wealth event, we literally will show you one of them. And this house makes, I want to say like $90,000 a year, almost $100,000 a year. And it wasn't even a great year. We're still not back to after COVID numbers. We're not even back to post-COVID numbers here in the Orlando area. And we're still seeing so much growth. 4 of them went in and bought that house. Think about that. So if you needed a down payment of $200,000 and 4 people put in $50,000, now they own this big ass mansion making $100,000 a year, going up in value. You know, you buy it for $1 million. 2 years later, it's worth $3 million. The 4 of y'all walk away and split $2 million. And you put $50,000 in and walked out in 2 years with $500,000. And you were cash flowing the property the entire time. Okay, so I'm saying this, like, open your mind to this. Think about if you could do this. You could, and again, it doesn't have to be mansions like this. You literally can buy and flip lots. Like where there is no house. Okay? Literally flip lots, because again, that's the opportunity in this market is going to be the new construction homes. All right, it's going to be new construction because people are holding on to those mortgages until the Fed decides to like lower the rates to banks. Then think about that for a second. Interest rates are going to be higher than most people want to pay. And again, that number, that magic number that we're kind of looking for is 5.5%. Okay, that's what most people are going to want to pay on a 30-year mortgage. All right, conventional. And so if we're right now at 6.3%, well, then what does that mean? That means most people are just holding on to the homes they have, or that's it. That's it. So there we go. That's it. That's it. And you can be positive and you can do things. All right. And again, I cannot mentor everyone. And I know there's people that get mad like, Noelle doesn't mentor everybody, or her this is that and the other, because I'm telling you stuff that you can do on your own. I'm telling you stuff that you can do with or without me. This is not about me or Grant Cardone or any of those people. This is about you and your life. Like, how would you get rich? How do you plan on getting rich? Why are you saying negative things like, oh man, real estate is super risky. Oh, it's super risky. Well, then what's your plan to make a whole bunch of money if it's not real estate? Think about that. Right. And if you can get a property using business credit in your business's name, and that's where they have grants for businesses, especially women-owned businesses, minority-owned businesses, and veteran-owned businesses. They have money for that and programs for you to get real estate. Because again, we know that, we have to admit this, there were things that were going on that the government, certain laws and things like that had prohibited certain people. I'm not even gonna get into race or gender or any of those things, but y'all know what I mean, that prohibited people from owning real estate. And so that is why there's such a wealth gap. Like, let me be real with you. Somebody with 2 master's degrees. Okay, I have an MBA and I have a master's degree from Penn State. The wealth gap is because of we didn't own land. Like when you talk about royalty, okay? What makes the royal family the royal family? What do you think makes them the royal family? It's because they have land, they have real estate. Literally, the queen owns Big Ben and the palace that they live in. And they literally own countries and the public lands in those countries. That's why they're rich. So if you have the opportunity to start owning real estate, that is how you will have power. That is how you really will change your family's whole dynamic, your wealth dynamic. You can refinance your properties. You can sell them off for large lump sums of cash. You can put tenants in them and have long-term tenants. You can do Airbnb and have people renting the properties. You could just fix and flip homes. You could do whole. That's why I said I need 3 days. Honestly, that's why I said I need 3 days. You could do mobile home investments with mobile home parks. You can do tax lien investing where you just buy tax liens, and you're not gonna get a lot of properties from that, but you can. Okay? But you can. So y'all seeing the opportunity here. And let me be honest with you. Like I said, somebody that used to live in their parents' basement, broke, bankrupt, bad credit. I used to live in my parents' basement. Now this is the neighborhood that we're working in. Okay? And I live in. Started from my parents' basement, broke, bankrupt, bad credit. Someone taught me these things. That's why I teach you these things. And then as I get bigger and go to the next platform, like when Oprah had her show, she used to be with the smaller people and talk to regular people. Now she all big. You can't get in her backyard. So that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to get y'all in this so that y'all could also start making videos showing people your properties, because that's really what's going to change people's perspective about this. The more of us that can actually own real estate, that's the key. That's where our wealth is. And so many people I see just wasting it. Like they'll be a former a veteran. Like I said, you can also, if you're a veteran, obviously getting your business established and getting it established as a veteran owned business will unlock all of this funding for you. Or you could just keep it simple and just use your VA loan. Okay? Okay, you could just use your VA loan, which is a 100% finance loan. Think about that. And then instead of buying just a house, oh, I'm going to live in this house for 30 years. No, don't live in the house for 30 years. Don't live in the house for 30 years. Live in it, keep it for 2 to 5 years. Buy a house that you know you're going to make into a rental property, or you know you're going to sell. So you're buying it at the right price. You're intentionally going to walk away with $100,000, $200,000 in a couple of years, and you're going to reinvest it and go from 1 property to 4 properties. That's it. This is not rocket science. I am not Elon Musk telling you that we have to go to the moon. I'm saying you could get a property. You could get a townhouse. You can do rental arbitrage, which is where you rent a property. You have to have the landlord's permission. And we've literally done that. We were renting property. I think actually this van I'm in, because we have a few of these vans. And it say like we'll rent any property. This one doesn't say it, okay? Because I got a couple of these. I forget one of. So our vans are wrapped for our company, and the ones that say we'll have some that say I will buy any house. Call this number. Just like I have this shirt on. I'll go to Walmart and I'll say I walk around. People will walk up to me and say, you buy houses? And it's just a conversation starter. You get what I'm saying? This is why I'm saying this is not difficult. And then I'll say, yeah, we buy homes where people are behind on their mortgage payments. Do you know anybody that's behind on their mortgage payments? And then people will be like, I do. Just that simple. But you have to be kind of specific. You can't just so this is a conversation starter. It's not the end of the conversation. It starts the conversation. You know, I buy houses. I'm walking around Walmart. Somebody's going to be like, what houses do you buy? They're inevitably going to come up, make a joke, say something to you. You know what I mean? And it gets the conversation going. I can give them my business card. I can tell them what they do. I've been in Orlando only since 2019. And I feel like I have taken this market over. So many people know me everywhere. And I know it's the YouTube too. But no, seriously, I get out there. I hand out my business cards. My team hands out business card. We drive around in this van. We just advertise what we're doing. Okay? And so people like, you just do YouTube. Are you serious? You think I got I make a lot of money on YouTube, but I showed y'all my numbers. I literally showed my numbers. That was only like $500,000 on YouTube. Like I make millions with real estate. I am a licensed real estate broker. In fact, we're actually looking for people too. So like I said, I teach it, obviously, growyourwealthevent.com. And if you're a licensed real estate agent in the state of Florida, we have literally, I'm a real estate broker. We have this. Go to New Realty. Looking for more agents. So I have a small team right now, but I'm super selective, honestly. I'm not going to just take anybody. I want you to really want to do real estate and really be in it for the long haul. I'll be honest with you about real estate agents too. It does have a lot of turnover. Okay, people get their license, and this is unfortunate because there's so much money to be made as a real estate agent, but it's a combination, I feel like, of treating it like a real business. So if you can because you literally can build business credit as a real estate agent. Seriously. And so, but I don't think, and most people don't realize that. So they don't sell it. They don't set themselves up. Like you could be a real estate agent and then you set up your LLC. And again, you don't have to do an LLC. I'm not a tax attorney or an advisor, but I'm just saying I set up an LLC. I kind of, guide my agents to do the same thing. And then that way you can actually have an own business. And that's just one of the streams of revenue. Okay. And that opens you up where you can do other things, where you can actually be an investor. And that's really, if you can combine those two things, remember, you're getting commissions and you have rental properties. Now you're really doing something. You could even, people say, can you wholesale with your real estate license? Yes, you got to kind of put it on inactive status and do a few things, but you can. And it depends on your broker if they allow you to do that. I'm an investor-friendly broker because I'm an investor and I want my real estate agents to make tons of money and own real estate. I don't want you to just sell real estate. I see how much people made when they were selling their properties. I was like, wait, what? And I love these big properties. Selling luxury real estate property that's $3 million. Think about that. What's the commission? You know what the commission on a $3 million home is? Yeah. Yes, 6 figures. Okay. So people, you could sell one of those a year and just think that's just one of your streams of income. But most people, you don't start there. You grow to that point, and that's okay. That is okay, but you have to start learning. So I appreciate y'all coming here. Like I said, the housing market, we have a crash coming. We do. And let me be real with you. There's things that you can do to make money in a real estate crash. When prices start going down, when foreclosures start happening, we're not there yet. It's going to be towards the end of the summer. So what should you be doing now? Getting capital, getting business credit, getting business loans, getting business lines of credit. So you got money to take care of opportunities. So when you can pick up a property for $5,000, you got $5,000. Think about that. But you got to start preparing now. And that's what I want you to do. Like, educate yourself, decide what it is that you're going to do. Like, what's your niche going to be? Are you going to go after foreclosures? Are you going to go after bankruptcies? Are you going to go after divorces? Like, what's going to be your niche? Are you going to do mobile homes, single family homes, apartment buildings, hotels? Like, you can kind of start to decide what it is that you want to do. And then you have the money. You're building your business. You're getting trade lines on your business credit, on your business credit report. Think about this. Now you are starting to apply for loans, so you have the money. So when the recession comes and there's opportunities, you can start picking up houses for pennies on the dollar. And you're not in that situation. Even if you lost your job, even if you said, oh man, what if I lose my job because of the recession? Well, you have money in your business's name. That's why you want to start now. Start learning now. Start thinking about what you're going to do now. Put your plan together. I saw some of y'all in here. Yes, Anita. Yes. Oh, sorry, Atita McCarthy. So yes, think about that, for example. Think about that, for example. If you decide, you know from now, okay, I'm doing business credit. I'm going to get my business credit together. Oh, I'm going to do my VA loan. Okay. Yes. Yes. I'm going to fix my credit. Think of the things from now. Don't wait till the recession happens. Don't wait till you lose your job. Don't wait till the recession comes to then start planning for it. You know it's coming. Okay? You can. And that's why I said, Precious Love said, some states you can't evict people. That's why I love the state. That's why I'm not a big fan. I used to invest in California a little bit. Even I have lots of friends. Remember, I said I have a lot of celebrities and athletes. They will buy rental properties in different states, like Florida and Texas, because it is actually easier if you have an issue where you need to evict. Okay, a VA loan. So Dontrell McCreary says, what is a VA loan? Sorry, that's a veterans loan. Veteran Administration is what it stands for. So if you are a veteran, you were in the military, any of the branches, usually you qualify for a VA loan. You still go to a bank to get it, but it is insured by the Veterans Administration. So you get a 100% loan. Okay, you can even roll in the closing costs. Okay. And they have very low interest rates. So it's usually even lower, than usually a little bit lower than like a FHA loan. It's probably a little bit higher interest rate than a conventional loan, but it's usually lower than an FHA loan. Okay. And veterans, I don't know why anybody would be a veteran and not be taking advantage of their VA loan. That's an entitlement. That's like your money. Go get that. Get your first piece of real estate. Once you own real estate, and I know people say it's risky. And again, what are you going to do to get rich then? If you're not going to take any risk whatsoever, what's your plan to make money? You're going to have to take a risk. You are. I love you so much. You are going to have to take a risk on something. And just because you try something and it doesn't work for you, that doesn't mean it's not going to work for you. You may have to do it again. Your first property may not be the home run where you make $100,000. Your first property may only net you $40,000. Okay? So what? You get started. And then as you get it, you'll start to get better at it. Everything that you do. Remember when you first started walking, could you just get up and run? No, you was falling down. You was stumbling. But nobody said, oh, you're not going to walk. You fell down. No, just keep going. Get back up. And then you'll get better and better at it. Like I cannot believe when I tell y'all I love y'all so much. I cannot believe how much I've grown, how much money I can make, how much more skills I have, how much better I am at looking at properties, how I know a good deal from a bad deal, how I'm able to just be like, yeah, look at these numbers and be like, no. Like I showed y'all that deal. I was like, no, I don't have to waste his time saying, oh, is this a good deal? This is not a good deal. No, I could look at the numbers and be like, nope. No, this don't work for me. And no hard feelings. He ain't mad at me. I ain't mad at him. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, I love y'all so, so much. Like I said, I opened up just a few more spaces. I saw the person just pulled up, so I'm gonna have to go right now. They just rolled up. Growyourwealthevent.com. It's an invitation. I'm reaching out to everybody. I would love to see you in person. I would love to show you the real estate, answer your questions direct, let you meet me, let you see the properties, let you see what you're able to do, and you go home and you have your idea and you say, I know what I'm doing. Exactly. Quit throat says, God bless, stick to it. Exactly. Do not quit. I love y'all so much. Seriously, you could do it. When I tell y'all this is to your success, this is to your success. You can do it. I love you so much. All right, Grow Your Wealth event.